Practice TOEFL 6, Section 1, Listening Comprehension. In this section, you will demonstrate your skills in understanding spoken English. There are 3 parts in the listening comprehension section, with different tasks in each. Part A, Directions. In Part A, you will hear short conversations between 2 people. At the end of each conversation, a third person will ask a question about what the 2 people said. Each conversation and each question will be spoken only one time. For this reason, you must listen carefully to understand what each speaker says. After you hear a conversation and the question, read the 4 selections and choose the one that is the best answer to the question the speaker asked. Then, on your answer sheet, find the number of the question and blacken the space that corresponds to the letter for the answer you have chosen. Blacken the space completely so that the letter inside the space does not show. Listen to the following example. On the recording, you hear,
"Does the car need to be filled?"
Mary stopped at the gas station on her way home.
"What does the woman mean?" In your test book, you will read, A. Mary bought some food. B. Mary had car trouble. C. Mary went shopping. D. Mary bought some gas. From the conversation, you learn that Mary stopped at the gas station on her way home. The best answer to the question, "Does the car need to be filled?" is D. Mary bought some gas. Therefore, the correct answer is D. Now let us begin Part A with question number 1. Question number 1.
What should I do with the key?
When you check out, you can return it at the front desk.
What does the man mean? Question number 2.
What did John see last night?
He was so tired yesterday that he decided to stay home instead of going to the movies.
What does the woman say about John? Question number 3.
Couldn't you get a seat on the next flight?
The travel agent said that it's completely booked.
What does the man mean? Question number 4.
Is it okay to submit a handwritten paper instead of typewritten?
As far as I know.
What does the woman imply? Question number 5.
Hopefully, we didn't disturb you. Students were trying to decide who would attend the President's Council, and they were very enthusiastic.
They were noisy.
What does the man imply? Question number 6.
I don't understand what we are supposed to do in this chemistry assignment.
Do you think Frank can help us?
What does the man ask? Question number 7.
I'd like to check in these boxes and the 3 suitcases.
The limit is 2 pieces per passenger.
What does the woman mean? Question number 8.
What are you looking for?
Have you seen my red coat anywhere?
What does a man mean? Question number 9.
Are you and Paul still neighbors?
Paul has moved to an apartment near the North Campus dorms.
What does the woman say about Paul? Question number 10.
Do you have a table available?
If you don't have a reservation, you may have to wait about 50 minutes.
What does a man mean? Question number 11.
I can't believe they charge $15 for a chicken dinner.
But the salad and the dessert are included.
What does a woman mean? Question number 12.
Jennifer's car wouldn't start, and she needs a ride to the library.
It's on my way to the bank.
What did the man imply he would do? Question number 13.
Did you hear about the new craft show at the city center?
I think I've seen more craft shows than I've ever wanted to.
What does a man mean? Question number 14.
The road construction in Detroit always creates traffic jams on the highways.
You could take 275 around the city.
What does the woman suggest? Question number 15.
Do you carry books on outdoor cooking?
We used to, but we don't any longer.
Where does this conversation take place? Question number 16.
I don't think I need to take another history course.
You should discuss that with your advisor.
What does a woman imply? Question number 17.
Can you tell me where the conference center is located?
Go straight to the light at the end of the block and turn right.
Where is the conference site located? Question number 18.
How much does it cost to mail a package overnight to Seattle?
It depends on its weight.
Where does this conversation take place? Question number 19.
My brother is coming to spend the weekend with us, and we wanted to have you and your wife for dinner on Saturday.
She'll be out of town.
What does a man mean? Question number 20.
I'd like to return the shoes and the shirt.
No problem. May I see your receipt?
What is a man's occupation? Question number 21.
We're on our way to the pool. Would you like to come with us?
I have to write a letter to the phone company to clear up the mistake on my bill.
What will the woman do next? Question number 22.
It's already 9. I wonder how much more we can get done today.
Well, let's call it a day.
What does the woman mean? Question number 23.
I couldn't finish the assignment because during the summer the lab hours are restricted.
Whether the lab is open or not, the test on vowels will be given on Friday.
What does the woman mean? Question number 24.
The ribbons and the balloons make the room look so cheerful.
Laura went out of her way to decorate the house for the occasion.
Where is this conversation taking place? Question number 25.
Do you mind if I change the channel?
Actually, I think this program looks interesting.
What are the man and the woman probably doing? Question number 26.
Excuse me, do you know where the museum is?
I didn't even know there was one here.
What does a man mean? Question number 27.
It looks like you finished packing.
Could you help me take these boxes downstairs?
What does a man mean? Question number 28.
Has Tom been tired lately?
He's taken a second job.
What does the woman say about Tom? Question number 29.
Marcia is getting tired of Rob's practical jokes.
Rob's humor can be difficult to take sometimes.
What does a man mean? Question number 30.
I've been looking for a part-time job, but haven't had much luck.
The clothing store on the corner pays its employees well.
What does a woman mean? This is the end of Part A. Now read the directions for Part B while they are being read to you. Part B. Directions. In this part of the test, you will hear longer conversations. After each conversation, you will hear several questions. The conversations and questions will not be repeated. After you hear a question, read the 4 possible answers in your test book and choose the best answer. Then on your answer sheet, find the number of the question and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer you have chosen. Remember, you are not allowed to take notes or write in your test book. Questions 31 through 34 refer to the following conversation about sharks.
Sharks are meat-eating fish and are the most feared of sea creatures. Although no one knows exactly how many species of sharks exist, over 350 have been identified. Sharks vary greatly in size and behavior, and most species are found in warm waters of the Atlantic and Indian Oceans. People frequently believe that sharks have few rivals, but a shark's greatest enemy is a bigger shark.
Do they eat people?
Contrary to a popular belief that sharks virtually feed on people, fewer than 100 shark attacks are reported each year. I'd like to point out that this number includes all attacks in the world.
How fast can sharks swim? If a shark attacks you, do you have a chance to escape?
Well, an escape can be difficult. Usually, sharks are not very fast, but when necessary, they can move at bursts of up to 45 miles an hour. Their tails help sharks gain speed. However, they cannot maintain it for long periods of time.
Their teeth do look pretty frightening.
The most amazing feature of sharks is their teeth. First of all, sharks have several rows of teeth. And second, their teeth can be replaced as often as every week or two. Some people believe that before sharks bite, they have to turn over on their backs, but that is a myth. Sharks can bite in any position.
In all the movies about sharks, I've seen that they can hear movement in the water from great distances. Is that also a myth?
No, it isn't. Sharks have a keen sense of hearing and excellent eyesight that make them excellent hunters. Also, their bodies can sense movement of water, which allows them to identify the presence of another live creature. Sharks can detect even the smallest electrical fields emitted by fish that move their gills. This ability also permits sharks to navigate their way through the ocean.
Question number 31. What is the main topic of this conversation? Question number 32. How many shark attacks occur annually? Question number 33. What does a man say is frightening about sharks? Question number 34. What makes sharks good hunters? Questions 35 through 38 refer to the following conversation about looking for a physician.
When I lived in Los Angeles, I had a great family doctor. Since we moved, I haven't been able to find a physician. I am not even sure how to go about looking for one.
It's really not that difficult. Most hospitals have a physician referral service. You could call one.
That's a great idea. But there are so many hospitals.
I'm sure there is a hospital in the area where you live. If you call, you can ask for a referral to a family physician close to your house.
But what if they refer me to a doctor who doesn't accept new patients?
Usually, hospitals have this information and won't refer you to someone who doesn't. However, to be on the safe side, you can ask for 2 or 3 referrals. You can also tell them if you are looking for a family doctor who is associated with a particular hospital. Another thing to bring to their attention is whether the doctor files claims with your insurance company.
It sounds like a great service. Do they also recommend dentists?
I don't know about dentists. You can ask them when you call.
Question number 35. Why is the man looking for a physician? Question number 36. What does the woman suggest? Question number 37. According to the woman, What information do hospitals usually have? Question number 38. What does the woman say about dentist referrals? This is the end of Part B. Now read the directions for Part C while they are being read to you. Part C. Directions. In Part C, you will hear short talks. At the end of each, you will be asked several questions. Each talk and each question will be spoken only one time. For this reason, you must listen carefully to understand what the speaker says. After you hear a question, read the 4 selections and choose the one that is the best answer to the question the speaker asked. Then, on your answer sheet, find the number of the question and blacken the space that corresponds to the letter for the answer you have chosen. Listen to this sample talk. You will hear,
Before people used automobiles, they walked or rode bicycles for short distances and took trains, streetcars, or horse-drawn carriages for long-distance travel. When automobiles were first produced, only the rich could afford them. Today, almost every household in the United States owns at least one car, and 90% of American adults have driver's licenses. According to the yearly value of its output, the U.S. automobile industry exceeds all other manufacturing industries in the country. As a consumer, this industry also supports other major industries such as steel, glass, and rubber. Furthermore, approximately 12 million Americans are employed in the auxiliary service industries consisting of repair shops and service stations.
Now listen to the following question. You will hear, according to the speaker, how did people travel before the invention of the automobile? You will read, A. By cars and carriages. B. By bicycles, trains, and carriages. C. On foot and by boat. D. On board ships and trains. The best answer to the question, according to the speaker, how did people travel before the invention of the automobile, is B. By bicycles, trains, and carriages. Therefore, the correct answer is B. Now listen to another sample question. Approximately how many people are employed in the automobile service industry? You will read A. 1 million. B. 10 million. C. 12 million. D. 90 million. The best answer to the question, approximately how many people are employed in the automobile service industry, is C. 12 million. Therefore, the correct answer is C. Questions 39 through 42 refer to a talk about job interviews.
During a job interview, your behavior, clothes, and speech are important. It's important that you arrive on time and be polite, sincere, and organized. Most people don't realize that the way one dresses for an interview is also important. If your clothes are wrinkled or mismatched, the interviewer may think that you really don't care about your appearance and even about the quality of your work. Your outfit doesn't have to cost a fortune, but it should be neat and clean to make a good impression on the interviewer. And please don't arrive at the interview in clothes that have stains or rips. Don't borrow your friends' clothes if they don't fit well. This is one of the common mistakes that job seekers make. They don't want to spend the money and end up losing a chance to get an offer. It's important to remember that if you don't make a good first impression, you may not get a chance to make another one. When you speak, you need to adjust your speech rate. If the interviewer speaks fast, you have to speak just as fast. If the person in charge speaks slowly, you'll have to slow down. Research has shown that most people like those individuals who speak at the same speed as they do.
Question number 39. What is the main purpose of this talk? Question number 40. What does the speaker say about an interview outfit? Question number 41. What is a common mistake people make when they go for an interview? Question number 42. How should interviewees adjust their speech rate? Questions 43 through 46 refer to a talk about the Boston Tea Party.
In 1767, the British imposed heavy taxes on goods sold in America. The taxation caused a public uproar, and eventually all but one of the taxes were repealed. The tax that remained in effect had to do with the sale of tea imported from Britain or other colonies. In addition to this tax, the British government allowed one company to sell tea at lower prices, and American merchants were afraid that they could not compete fairly. At first, when tea arrived in Boston Harbor, the local merchants protested and attempted to have the tea returned to England. This attempt failed, but on December 16, 1773, about 100 colonists raided 3 British merchant vessels anchored in Boston Harbor and threw 342 containers of tea overboard into the waters of the Atlantic Ocean. This raid was called the Boston Tea Party by the Boston newspapers.
Question number 43. What is the main idea of this talk? Question number 44. When did the Boston Tea Party take place? Question number 45. How many British ships did colonists raid? Question number 46. Why did colonists throw the tea overboard? Questions 47 through 50 refer to a talk on political polling.
In political polling, the purpose of any sample is to produce results that can be useful. Therefore, the findings have to be valid and reliable, and a sample has to be large enough to represent the voters' opinions. Of course, we all understand that political polls cannot be 100% accurate, but still the margin of error cannot exceed 2 or 3%. If poll results exceed that, they may not be valid. Even 5% is excessive. As a rule, political polls are not completely reliable. Any pollster will tell you that they cannot scientifically predict outcomes. They describe people's attitudes at a certain moment in time, but people's attitudes obviously change as events continue to occur. The sample of the population has to include various groups of people that represent all voters, and not just a selected minority. Let me give you an example. In 1936, Literary Digest, a popular publication at the time, decided to conduct a political poll. They used the telephone to obtain their sample and tried to predict if Alf Landon would be the next president. I'd like to remind you that Landon was defeated by a landslide and lost to Franklin Roosevelt. His defeat by the majority of the electorate was one of the worst in history. Although the Literary Digest poll predicted that Landon would win, the prediction was clearly off the mark. So, what went wrong? Well, in 1936, only wealthy people could afford to have a telephone, and the wealthy strongly supported Landon. However, they did not represent the majority opinion, even though their number was large enough for the sample size to be valid. So it's not that polls simply have to be large enough, but they have to represent the entire voting population. Otherwise, their results won't be valid.
Question number 47. According to the speaker, what is an acceptable margin of error in political polls? Question number 48. What do political polls describe? Question number 49. How did Literary Digest obtain their sample? Question number 50. Why were the results of the poll invalid? Stop working on Section 1.